Hello everyone. Can you guys hear me back there? I am the last speaker before you have to go back to work. So I'm going to try to be brief. I know we have until 2 o'clock, and we also have some time for questions. So I'm going to try to sort of be brief. Well, first of all, thank you for having us here. It's a pleasure to be in this panel with all my friends on this table. My name is Mauricio Ayon. I am the political director of SEIU 6. We are probably one of the smallest SEIUs in the state of Washington. We represent janitors, security guards, and airport workers. We have approximately 6,000 members throughout the state. The majority are in King County and Pierce County. We also have some in Spokane as well. A lot of the things that were said earlier sort of brought to mind the idea that these attacks on immigrants and Muslims and refugees are not new. This is something that has happened for a long time. We at SEIU have sort of documented a lot of these issues, civil rights violations, retaliations against some of our members, and especially some worker abuse that has happened lately. Just to give you an example, and I'm going to talk about sort of workers and janitors in particular, because in my view, janitors are the farm workers of the city. I don't know if all of you have met your janitor. If you haven't, please try to meet them. It's try to, as Anila said, is humanizing the people that sometimes are being left out of conversations. So just to give you an idea, just recently we discovered a company, one of these contractors that do work in some of our buildings here in downtown. And he actually opened a second company to just funnel all the undocumented workers, because he didn't want to pay union wages, didn't want to pay health care, he didn't want to pay pension to them. So when we discovered that he got a second company, we filed a complaint with the National Labor Relations Board, and we got him to agree to sort of purchase this other company and bring them all together. Well, that was fine until he decided to do 3 weeks ago, which was to a self-audit on E-Verify. What that means is that actually 30 people have been laid off as of this week. People that were hired by this same individual are now being laid off because they don't have the documentations they have. That is a clear retaliation against the workers, and these are some of the folks that we're seeing here in downtown Seattle. So the attacks that we have seen in immigrants and Muslims and refugees are not new, but now they're taking a whole different shape, right? Because now they have a person in the Oval Office that is sort of normalizing these attacks on people. So what we have done is we continue to organize our workers. I mean, you probably have heard this, this whole narrative that exists around the resistance and how to be more vigilant about what's coming from the White House. But it's not only what's coming from the White House, but also what's happening here in our cities. What even happening in the same buildings, right, where we are. So we just gotta, pay attention to that. Another piece that has come across lately is the increase in workload on workers. So if you were a janitor, for example, in 2009, you had to clean 2 floors in a particular building. Today, you're likely to, you have to clean about 5 floors. Just to give you an idea, where's the municipal tower here? It's this side, right? Oh, this side, the municipal tower. That has 1 million square feet. And you know how many janitors are to clean the entire building? 17 for the entire building of the municipal tower. That is, each janitor has to clean every day the equivalent of 43 houses. Now, I don't clean my house that often, but it's just, I do. I'll take that back. I'll take it back. But it's hard work, right? So cleaning the equivalent to 43 houses is a lot of work. So I know I'm getting close to the 2 o'clock mark. So I'm just going to give you sort of 3 tips what you can do on your own. One is humanize the janitors, humanize the Muslims, humanize the immigrants, humanize the refugees. We have heard all the different organizations that are doing this work. Another one, and I was having a conversation with Bugda earlier today about Know Your Rights training. Immigrants and refugees, we all have rights, right? Just as you have rights as a county employee, I have rights as an immigrant from Mexico. We all have rights. We need to know our rights, and we also need to teach the rights to other people. So if you can go, as Moser said, Anila give you some tips or things that you can do, become familiar with the rights, not just your own, but the rights of other people, so you can actually teach that to folks. If everyone here in this room takes about 5 people that you want to teach the rights that they have in this country that are given to us by the Constitution, we're going to be making a huge impact in our communities, not just in immigrant communities, but in all communities in general. And then last but not least is participate in the resistance, right? Continue to participate in the resistance. Continue to show up to the meetings, to the local efforts that are happening. Don't let this thing to be normalizing the racism, the attacks on workers, which we know are coming, right? So we have to sort of band together. If you are a member of a union, participate in your union. If you are a member of a community group, go to your community group. If you have children in a school district, go to your schools. If you are in a church, or a mosque, more so, be part of it, and just make sure that you continue to participate in the resistance. Thank you. That was fast, right?